Hi Capricorn, so this is going to be a general reading. It's going to be for my Capricorns, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus. Or any other placement in Capricorn that's significant to you. I'm getting for some of you, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Or what was I going to say? Yeah, when I was saying this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements, I don't know, for some of you, maybe your North Node, something about a Capricorn North Node, maybe a South Node. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Hopefully the mic is not too far. Let me see. I think we should be fine. So let's see. Remember, there is no gender in tarot, and always feel free to switch or place the energies where you feel they need to be placed. What else? So this is a general reading, meaning anything could come out. It could be about anything, right? I don't mind these stains. I don't know, maybe like a stain on like a sheet or something could be significant. I think this is like makeup stains. If you wear makeup, you know how makeup can stain, and sometimes it's a little hard to come off or to take off. So I don't know, maybe stains, makeup could be significant. King of Swords. There could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I am strongly getting more so Aquarius though. That could be significant in some way. The Six of Cups. Let's see what the Six of Cups is. Give me a little bit more context with the Eight of Wands. I really like this Six of Cups. I used to draw stick figures like that when I was little. Okay, King of Swords, Six of Cups, Eight of Wands. If you have a disconnect or you have not reconnected, I don't know why I'm wanting to say it that way. Like maybe this is something you're feeling, this is something that this person's feeling, this is something you've been told. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like maybe someone told you, maybe like a friend, a family member, maybe you had a conversation with someone, and there is this reconnection in the air. This does feel like someone who you've known for a while. Maybe you guys have similar childhood, like upbringing, maybe something to do with children. There's something about, there's something here about childhood or children involved. Maybe this person could also bring out like childlike energy when you're with this person. This might be specific, but for some of you, maybe something about a coloring book or like sketching could be significant with this person. Maybe you did something that's under the category of child, like children, like activities, how children would do like water paint and coloring books. And with that Eight of Wands, I feel like there's fast, rapid, let me see, is it communication that's coming in? I'm also getting something about mature energy. Man, these channel messages for you Capricorns is like, I like that though. Yeah, so maybe something to do with, I'm more mature now. Maybe this person looks different from the face, or they may look more serious whenever you see them or they approach you as opposed to before. Like maybe they can have a stern face. I'm not saying they're mean or cold, but maybe like this is not a side they show very much. Maybe usually they're like a jokester or always like smirking, and maybe this time around they have a more serious face. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, something, 10 of Wands. Something's ending. What is it that's ending? I don't know what it is necessarily. Oh, let me see. Okay, wait. 2 of Wands, but it came out like reversed. 555, as I was seeing, looking at the cards, and that was the time on the recording. Yeah, it's this energy of not knowing where to go. This person may be letting go of things, baggage, maybe even things that were not necessarily for them to carry anymore. And maybe you told them that, or this was something that they're realizing now. Maybe you told them in the past, or it was something you noticed, but you kind of like let divine energy, like you allowed divine intervention, right? Kind of like when people say divine timing, you allowed the divine to let things unfold. I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but if you know, you know, right? Some things really are just divinely orchestrated. And with the 2 of Wands, because upright, it's like knowing where to go, having some form of direction. Not fully like the 3 of Wands, but kind of like getting there, right? But in reversal, it's giving me like this person didn't do that before, and I feel like that's what's changing. The wheel's turning. I'll let that helicopter pass. Yeah, and I feel like in the past, maybe that wasn't a thing, right? Like this person maybe was indecisive, didn't really know where they were going. Let's see, what else? I feel like for your reading, Capricorn, I'm really connecting to the Labanco tarot deck, which is... Here's the like book that it comes with. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Would you look at that? They want a new beginning. Why am I getting something about a saying that says head on first? So maybe what they're like consumed by in the mind lately has to do with emotions, water energy, right? Which, what's water signs? Emotions. What are emotions? A flow of energy. A flow of feelings. They could be getting in touch with their heart chakra, is what I'm getting. I'm also getting Libra. I don't know, maybe Libra season. Yeah, for some of you, Libra season is going to be significant for what I just said. Yeah, see, and here's the Lovers, which I should cover, actually. It's okay, I already showed, but whatever. The Lovers, right? Very beautiful imagery, actually. I just cover right here. Not bad at all. Very beautiful imagery, but you know how YouTube is. So that's Gemini energy. So a Gemini can be significant as well. But with the Lovers card here, I'm really getting that this person, you and this person, are very much connected. Yeah, you know, I was just mentioning like the woo-woo stuff. You know, I'll admit it, sometimes as spiritual as I can be. Yeah, there's times where I'm like, okay, let me like ground myself a little bit because this does sound a little bit like I'm like floating on a cloud, right? And that could just be because I'm like triple air, so I can feel that way, you know. But anyways, yeah, that lovers, you may feel like this connection is divinely orchestrated. There could be a lot of signs that maybe even start to come to you if you're not feeling this already, that you and this person are connected like that. This person could have thick black hair. This doesn't have to resonate for all of you, of course. And I don't really give specific like physical like, I don't like to give, well, not that I don't like to give, but only when it comes through, like, oh, this person has like blue eyes, and because obviously that's so general, right? It's so general. But for some of you, I don't know why, something about thick black hair could be a thing. Maybe this person has it, maybe you do, okay? What else? Queen of Wands, and you, regardless of being a Capricorn, right? Earth sign energy. Queen of Wands, you are looking beautiful. And notice how the tone of my voice was like, when, you know, like when a girlfriend tells you you look so beautiful, and it sounds like, not fake, but like very, like the tone of voice kind of changes. I get a lot of you, I'm not making this gender specific, but this is just what I'm getting. I'm getting more so the women, but of course it's going to apply to the male, right? A guy. You are embodying the Queen of Wands, very beautiful, very gorgeous. You could be looking really good. Maybe you're doing something on the physical, right? Like maybe something to do with the hair, a haircut, hair dye. You know how earlier I mentioned like this sheet having like a makeup stain? Maybe something to do with like a new makeup routine, or I am just getting like it's not just the way you look on the outside, also your energy, but the Queen of Wands is a lot like a lot of vanity, like what you see on the outside. But of course, Queen of Wands is still a very beautiful energy on the inside. So maybe even something about a confidence boost. And that could also be why this person is coming towards you. Queen of Cups, okay. Nine of Cups. Now, right now, you might be feeling not just like a Queen of Wands, very beautiful, but you're also, it's interesting how I mentioned like the whole vanity thing, right? Because like when you think of someone looking good, it's not just on the outside all the time. A lot of it has to do with like your inner self as well, like the inner work, which does shine on the outside. I know that sounds sometimes a little cheesy, but it's true. The Queen of Cups is beauty, beautiful in the way that she looks, she, okay, it does not matter, I'm just going to use the word she, looks beautiful because of the energy. Queen of Cups, all queens are beautiful, but not so much vanity-wise, like, you know, the vanity means a lot to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Cups is beautifully emotionally. So a lot of you Capricorns are embodying this energy where you're like, I'm good, I'm laid back. Maybe for some of you recently, you have been feeling this need to kind of do things that help you be less emotional, like less emotionally intense. And I don't know, like I'm picturing somebody like drinking a glass of wine being like, yeah, life's not perfect, nor am I claiming it, nor is it, but I'm taking moments to just take a step back, and that could be an energy that you're embodying, because with the Nine of Cups, you could also be focusing on what emotionally fulfills you, not so much other people, but yourself. Finding emotional fulfillment within yourself. And I feel like this is all bringing in this person, this connection in which I feel like you and this person have. And you know, now that I'm looking at it, for some of you, and this is me channeling, it might be someone new. But I am getting, for a lot of you, this is someone who you know on some level. It's not like stranger new, like you don't, you know how there's like new as in like, this connection's like fresh, right? And then there's like, oh, like I don't even know who this person's name is. Like you don't even know who they are. Like that. It's not stranger new. You know them on some level. Okay, I am getting called to leave it at that, which, if you guys know me, usually I do very, very longish readings, but yeah, see, I'm holding up another deck, and I'm like, maybe I could get more messages, but I'm getting to leave it at that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Do I pull some oracles? No, I'm actually gonna leave it at that. So this ended up being kind of like a, well, not kind of, it ended up being like a general love reading, but I was going in it with like general, like does not matter if it was money, which if you think about it, this was general in the sense of like romantic, right? We did pick up some romance, but then there was also, again, this energy where I feel like you're good. Yeah. And if you're not feeling this, I feel like this is something you should start embracing, or you're gonna start to feel. Like for some of you, you're gonna start to become maybe more laid back. Oh, and you know, it just reminds me, before I even hit record to start this reading, I was getting something about, because I was thinking to myself how sometimes I can be a huge homebody, and then there's times where I want to just be out and about. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It could just be going to get some food, to get some drinks right now that it's hot, and like, you know, ice cream and like slushies and stuff like that. Going to the store, like, you know, like shopping, going to the park. But there is this energy where for some of you, maybe you're so used to being busy, which I'm talking to Capricorn, you guys are always busy in some way. You may be embracing more of your opposite, what is it called, like sister sign, which would be Cancers, and maybe you're embracing like being more in a shell and more at home, or whatever makes you feel like you're not running all over the place, is the best way that I could put it. Because look at how this person is kind of like laid back. Like I said, I see someone with like a glass of wine, and they're just kind of like, you know, life isn't exactly how I want it, or things are maybe not how I want them to be, but you know, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to take a step back and chill. So maybe for some of you, you might want to do that, like chill at home, or chill somewhere where you're not, again, where it doesn't require you to feel like you're here and there and like, like, you know, all busy. But yeah, busy bee is what I'm getting. Bees could be significant, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope you guys got clarity and or guidance, or both. And yeah, love and light to all my Capricorns, my Capricorn collective. Bye.